Hi, how's it going? This is Tyler from Sneaker Style. This episode we got another really cool review for you. It's a comparison video between last year's model and this year's model of the Nike Lunar Force 1 Duck Boot. Alright, to start off this video, I guess I'll show you last year's model of the Lunar Force 1 Duck Boots. So I got a pair of these for Christmas, actually, as a gift. And this model right here is the model I got last fall. It comes in a nice olive black and infrared colorway. This is one of my favorite shoes, if not my favorite shoe I own. Not look-wise, but use-wise, because last week's review on the Nike acronym Prestos, those ones are my favorite shoes that I currently own. But in terms of actual use, these do look great, by the way. I think they look great on feet. But in terms of use, these are probably my best shoes that I've ever owned. To start off, these shoes are completely waterproof. Unlike the Prestos that I tested last week in a video. If you want to check that out, it was the most recent video before this one and the NMD video. But the Lunar Force 1 Duck Boots were meant to be completely waterproof. This toe box right here, that looks like it has a bunch of spikes on it. These are actually little stars, but it's the material that this toe box is made out of is called Curum. And Curum is a material that is used to add durability to your shoes, basically. They've made Roshis with mesh that have been layered with Curum. Jordan Superflies have Curum on them, and same with the LeBron 13 Elites. So it's a pretty commonly used thing. It's actually not only Nike too. Puma has a few Curum shoes, so it's just a really durable material itself. But most of them actually have holes in them, so all the models that I listed just there, they have holes in between the Curum layer and like a mesh, so it's meant to be durable yet breathable. But with the Duck Boot, they're not going to make breathability important. It's supposed to keep out water and snow. That's what these shoes are actually listed as, like they are meant for rain and snow. I use these for basically anything though. I think they're great hiking boots. I think they're great work boots. I did welding today and these are the boots that I wore. And as you can see, I didn't really try to clean them up too much. I wanted to give you guys a pretty realistic perspective of what they look like after about a year's worth of wear. The average sneakerhead or anybody who has multiple pairs of shoes, I would definitely say that I've worn these about a year's worth of time. I have worn these about a quarter of the last year. I would not doubt that number is right. Out of all the days that have happened in the past year, it's probably been a quarter. I have seriously worn these that much. They are my go-to work shoe because I could wear them all day. It's similar to Ultra Boost actually. This Lunar Lawn sole, Lunar Lawn material is actually the competitor to Adidas Boost because everybody knows Adidas Boost as the most comfortable, like walk on a cloud, super bouncy, bounce to your step like type of material. This is Nike's competitor. It doesn't have the bubbles, so it does crease. That's actually why on all the Lunar soles you see these spikes on the heel. So they keep it separated so the creasing actually is in some sort of pattern so you don't see it very often. So I mean, obviously from what you could tell after about a quarter of a year's worth of wearing, you can't really see any visible creasing. I regularly wash these things. I don't wash them in the washer. I just give them like a scrubbing with a Jason Mark brush or a rag or whatnot. I'd actually, just as a side note, anybody who wants to clean their shoes and has had trouble fraying laces or a mesh using the brush, definitely don't use a brush. Use a clean rag with Jason Mark or whatever cleaner you use mixed with a little bit of water. It'll do exactly what you need it to do without having the rough bristles fraying any of the fragile materials that are on your shoes. So don't use those rugged brushes on your Ultra Boost or even like Jordan 1s or Air Force 1s where there's stitching. So just, that's a side note, be careful. But in terms of this shoe, the other waterproof aspects besides the Curum material that doesn't have any holes in it, This whole upper right here is called water shield technology. It is a sort of mesh that is water repellent, so it doesn't allow water in, and that's what the tongue and the liner is made of. So it's just an added aspect to the hard leather upper and the Curum toe. There's no stitching on the toe, so I have gotten these extremely wet and my feet stay dry. So like I said, unlike the Prestos, these are actually waterproof. But anyways, this is the olive colorway. It's very subtle. The lace loops are just another olive, same with the hooks and everything. I really like the gum sole and the infrared as a contrast to the rest of the shoe. I think red and olive go great together. So this is the colorway I ended up going with last year. But I wanted to show you guys because they started re-releasing these shoes. They re-released the original colorway, which I have right here for you. This brown tumbled leather. It has the black toe just the same as the olive ones, but everybody loves the laces on these ones. The laces match the pull tab on the tongue, and really this is just a great looking shoe on foot, and I would absolutely have to give these shoes just as a model itself 10 out of 10. The comfort's amazing, the durability is amazing. If you want to go get yourself a pair right now, the only two colors available this year right at this moment are the OG brown and black colorway. It's called British brown or British tan. It's a tumbled leather, like I said, so it's really nice. All the other models have a pretty standard smooth leather, like as you can see here. Like I said, I didn't clean it, so there's some scratches on there, but I actually think that these look pretty good with wear. But you can definitely see the difference between the two when it comes to cleanliness on the sole. So that toe box does actually get pretty dirty. But beyond that, the only other negative that I've ever experienced with this shoe is on slick surfaces like a smooth concrete. They'll actually slip if it's wet. So I'd be careful in hospitals or cafeterias or anything with a smooth surface that may be wet, because I've never fallen on my face or anything, but I've definitely gotten close. So these are definitely meant for other terrains. They're meant for outdoor use mainly, but if you have a dry surface, there's no worrying about slipping. So really, style-wise, the shoe is great looking. They look great with jeans. They look pretty good with shorts. I would definitely prefer a jean look with these, but I love the way the laces pop and how they match the tab, and it's got the original water shield tag in there. Same with, I still have the water shield thing from my original olive pair from last year. But after a year's worth of wear, this pair I could definitely see lasting me another 2 years or so. So I'm really thinking that this is one of the most slept on models. A lot of people aren't comfortable with the whole duck boot look, but if you just get past that a little bit, you can mold your outfits kind of to style towards these. You could get so much use out of these shoes. The $164.99 price tag is like nothing. These things have lasted me a year already. They could last me another 2. I'm glad to have another pair. That just means there's more stuff for me to beat up, because these are definitely my beater shoes. But there's other, like I said, the other options that you have if you really want to go out and get yourself a pair of these. I would definitely recommend that. The only ones available, like I said, are the black gum and this brown and black tumbled leather edition. I did see a rumored release of an all red with a gum sole, and last year they came out on Nike ID, and they also released one that was all white with an ice sole. So there are a few other options. You could probably still find last year's models. If you want these olive ones, you could probably find them on eBay right now. But if you're looking for, I could honestly run in these things. They're that comfy. So trust me, if you want to wear these to basically any occasion, unless you're trying to like go to a wedding or super dress up, these are the shoes for you. They aren't breathable, but that's because they're supposed to be waterproof. So if you need a heavy duty boot for the winter, definitely get these. I've done a ton of work in these. I've done a ton of walking and hiking, and I've gone in the snow a few times in these. Like I said, no wetness to the socks. That my socks didn't get wet at all. These shoes kept me completely dry. This is probably one of the most slept on models in the past few years. So definitely, they're available right now. I would definitely suggest going and getting yourself a pair. Hopefully you really like this review. These shoes are super amazing. I'm super glad I got another pair. Before I forget the sizing, I actually have two different sizes here. I have a 15 and a 14. And if I had to choose between the two, me being a 14 and a half, so a half size, I would actually go with the 14. I used to be a little heavier than I am now, so my feet were a little fatter, so I got size 15s on a lot of my shoes, but recently I've been going with snugger fit. It doesn't give as much of a crease as these ones do. These actually have a pretty good crease in the sole because there's so much room in there. But I mean, that adds a little bit of an aspect of comfort. But I definitely would stick with the 14s. So if I was to suggest you, if you're not able to try these on, order true to size or a half size down. I don't have that option to go true to size, so I can't tell you how a 14 and a half would feel. But these shoes are amazing. Definitely go get them if you have the money to do so and you need some boots or something, something rugged, something that'll last you a few years. There has been no signs of tearing, there's been no signs of sole separation. Amazing shoes. So props to Nike for such great build quality, and I hope you guys keep making products as amazing as these shoes have been for me. I really hope you like this review. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We got new stuff coming every week. I hope to see you soon. Thanks again. Bye.